Hello, and welcome to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. I'm Peter Wilkin, and I'm here to help you build differentiated, enduring brands and thriving businesses. It's not really a podcast. It's more a series of strategic insights, stories, and secrets of success from a lifetime's career in advertising, brand consulting, and change management. The thread that binds them is brand-centered management, the trademark brand building process and philosophy I developed with my partners at the brand company over 20 years ago, that's since been embraced by thousands of brand professionals and some of the world's most iconic brands. The 4Ds process and brand DNAs have become well known in brand strategy circles. The focus here is practical advice you can apply straight away to your business. It gives you a glimpse inside the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, our online coaching program, where we aim to democratize effective brand strategy. So come with me, take a step inside the virtual lighthouse. Welcome. But we were a team and we stuck together. So I insisted, and they all agreed that it was all or nothing. We'll go again, but you don't hive off PR or direct marketing or the advertising or things like that. We're all in together or nothing at all. Of course, I got the call after the pitch and it was nothing. And very predictably, they had gone with Thompson's, and the expat guy had led the decision and whatever it was. Anyway, we didn't win. We didn't win anything. And with the all or nothing thing, which backfired on us spectacularly, we got nothing. I didn't even wait 10 minutes. I picked up the phone and I spoke to their biggest competitor, Globe Telecom. Of course, the news around town was all of this pitch was going on. Right. And I said, hello, we've just heard the news that we have not won the pitch. We've got an outstandingly brilliant idea. Do you want to see it? And we organized a pitch within the next 48 hours. Within 48 hours, we had turned around all the work that we had done for PLDT in their black and yellow livery into the blue and white of Globe. We changed everything into Globe branding, 50 different ads, done overnight. And we walked into Globe and we pitched Globe. And by the end of the week, Globe was our client. And we had our actual ads running for Globe within about 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We were running real ads in the media. 3 months later, Thompson's hadn't produced anything for PLDT. And the campaign idea, let's talk. And this was it opened up every single avenue of their business. It was a call to action that directed their customers to engage with the company, allowed us to talk about any subject matter at all, from the technology side to the performance benefits to the cost benefits of let's talk and come in. It was a huge campaign and an enormous success. 2 years later, we get a call from I can't even remember who the agency was now, but someone in the UK who had run the Let's Talk campaign for British Telecom, which were obviously much bigger than Globe in the Philippines. And they were saying, hey, you can't use our idea. And we pointed out to them and said, excuse me, you can't use our idea. We did this like 2.5 years ago. And, even allowing for the legitimacy of people arriving at the same creative idea or tagline thought, right, which does happen. Yeah. You have to accept that is the case. And these guys were big enough to say, oh my God, they started panicking because they realized that we had legally the rights to this actually first, and that they were they had created a problem for themselves. Yeah. We didn't want to get into that legal fight, and Globe were in the process of looking at acquisitions and didn't need the distraction and all the rest of it. So we didn't ever go down that route. But it shows the power of a great creative idea. It also shows that it is possible that you can have similar ideas, and it also demonstrates the rule of advertising that, he who climbs the hill highest and shouts longest and loudest enough can own that hill once you've owned your hearts and minds with the territory. So when I say let's talk, people think about Busby and the BT campaign that ran for a decade or more, and not our campaign, even though we actually generated the idea beforehand. But that was another great story of turning a negative into a positive, but not sacrificing your soul,
Right.
holding true to your values and your beliefs. And it doesn't always work out that you end up with a nice end to the story, but that one did. So celebrate it. And once I'm relating these stories, I should kind of tie them up at the end a little bit more with saying, well, so what's the learning? And then the learning is have the courage to stand true to your beliefs, and uphold the values that as a team you really believe stand you apart and define you for who you are, even if that causes some conflict. The solution for us was lucky in that we found better, right client partners. The cultural mix was better and allowed us to do great work for them. So they didn't get in the way of themselves, and as it were. And we found very productive working relationships. So the consequences and the outcome of doing that in that particular instance, worked incredibly well. Once you've got those well-defined boundaries as well, I'm quite sure that there were, hundreds of clients out there who wouldn't come and touch us with a barge pole. They wouldn't dare kind of even knock on the door. They wouldn't want to be queried or challenged or made to think differently or to take the calculated risks that might transform their businesses. They were happy chugging along or didn't value it in the first place. They didn't see the need of moving from good to great, for example. So, it's not a panacea for everyone. And when I'm telling this story, you may choose to operate in a different positioning and a different strategy, and that's all legitimate, but and fine. But the kind of learning message is, once you have defined who you are and you're clear that there is a kind of need for what you're offering and you're satisfying a particular group of customers or people who are looking for solutions that you can provide better than anyone else, hold firm. Don't try and be things that are different. Don't try and squeeze round pegs into square holes. Be who you are and accept that there are, for the strongest brands, sharp lines of delineation between those people that truly belong and share your beliefs and those that don't. And it's perfectly acceptable in this world of inclusiveness to be exclusive and to actively exclude others. And I mean, that may shock listeners. My goodness, you aggressively look to exclude people? Yes.
Thank you for listening to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. If you found this helpful and want to know more, please visit my website at peterwilkin.com. That's Wilkin with an E at the end. You'll find more free resources, instructional videos, and links there. If you're a CEO or a business owner looking to build your brand, or a brand strategist looking to level up your skills, check out the CBO Masterclass in the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, where you'll be guided through a comprehensive, stepwise process to develop your unique brand DNA and learn the skills to become a certified Chief Brand Officer. If you have any brand or strategy related questions you'd like answered, you can ask them in the showcase notes below. I'll do my best to address them. Thank you, and see you next time.